Imagine being born into a world of privilege, stepping into the gilded halls of royalty, and yet, in the blink of an eye, having everything you love and cherish turn into a spectacle of public humiliation. That's exactly what happened to Sarah Ferguson, the woman who the world came to know as the Duchess of York. But what if I told you that her story isn't just about tabloid scandals or toe-sucking photos that shocked a nation? What if the real scandal, the one that could hit her where it really hurts, is only now resurfacing? Today, we peel back the velvet curtains of royal life to uncover a tale of ambition, betrayal, and a relentless pursuit of attention that cost one woman everything. And yet somehow, she refuses to disappear. Sarah Ferguson entered royal life with a spark, laughter, charm, and a magnetic personality that seemed to light up the cold, formal halls of Buckingham Palace. But beneath that brightness was a chaos that would become her trademark. When she married Prince Andrew on July 23, 1986, the world cheered, believing in a modern fairy tale. But in reality, many saw it as less of a love story and more of royal damage control. Charles and Diana's marriage was already under scrutiny, and the palace needed a distraction. Someone young, lively, and camera-friendly. Sarah Ferguson fit that role perfectly. Bold, vibrant, and unmistakably unroyal. At first, the press adored her. Her laughter was infectious. Her style was daring. She was, in every sense, a breath of fresh air in the stifling, protocol-heavy world of royalty. But behind the smiles and public appearances, tensions simmered. The Queen's courtiers didn't approve. Sarah's jokes were deemed too informal, her personality too loud, and her appetite for attention far too large for an institution built on restraint. Still, she threw herself into royal duties with enthusiasm, presenting herself as the cheerful, modern duchess, often hosting charity events, attending public functions, and even taking part in royal tours abroad. In 1988, Princess Beatrice was born, followed by Princess Eugenie in 1990. But despite the picture-perfect appearances, Sarah's marriage was already cracking. Prince Andrew's naval career kept him away for months at a time. Sarah later admitted that she often spent long stretches alone, forbidden by Prince Philip from accompanying her husband to overseas postings. She once said, "I married the man, but what I got was the palace." Loneliness became her shadow, and the palace's strict expectations offered little relief. She was supposed to behave like a dutiful officer's wife, quiet, obedient, invisible. But Sarah Ferguson had never been any of those things. It was during these long absences that temptation found her, or perhaps more accurately, she found escape. In 1989, while attending the British Opera Festival in Houston, Texas, she met Steve Wyatt, a wealthy, confident Texan businessman whose charm was immediate and undeniable. Unlike others in her orbit, Wyatt wasn't intimidated by royal titles. He was attentive, affectionate, and offered the warmth that the palace had withheld. Sources suggest their connection quickly turned romantic, even while Sarah was pregnant with her second child, Princess Eugenie. For a woman who felt abandoned by her husband and constrained by royal protocol, Wyatt wasn't just a lover. He was freedom, a fleeting taste of life outside the gilded cage. But the press didn't stay silent for long. By the early 1990s, rumors about Sarah and Wyatt circulated in Fleet Street. Their meetings, discreetly arranged, eventually became public knowledge. January 1992 marked the explosion. Photographs of Wyatt with a toddler-aged Princess Beatrice surfaced. The implication was explosive. Sarah Ferguson had introduced her child to her lover, a move that the palace saw as crossing every imaginable line. Biographers later claimed that Wyatt was the love of her life and the real reason her marriage crumbled. Yet the scandals didn't stop there. In the summer of 1992, while vacationing in the south of France, the Duchess was photographed topless by the pool, while her financial advisor, John Bryan, kissed and sucked her toes. The images circulated worldwide. Queen Elizabeth was reportedly devastated. Prince Philip wrote a personal letter stating, "You have done more to bring shame on this family than could ever have been imagined." In mere months, Sarah Ferguson had transformed from a vibrant duchess into an international punchline, her reputation shattered, her marriage crumbling, and her image forever tarnished. By 1993, the fallout was complete. Negotiations for formal separation were underway, and by 1996, Sarah and Andrew's marriage was legally over. She received a modest settlement of just over $3 million, a fraction of what Diana later secured. Yet, despite everything, Sarah and Andrew maintained an unusually close friendship, co-parented their daughters, and even shared royal lodge in Windsor Great Park. They described themselves as the happiest divorced couple in the world, an arrangement that, on the surface, seemed to work, but beneath, tension simmered. Fast forward decades later, and the same couple, once mocked for their casual, chaotic approach to royal life, found themselves in new controversies. In 2019, emails emerged showing Sarah Ferguson's communication with convicted pedophile Jeffrey Epstein. The email read like a groveling apology, claiming she had been threatened by Epstein, a shocking revelation that reignited debate over her judgment and associations. Sarah Ferguson's life post-divorce has been a paradox. She is simultaneously resilient and reckless, a survivor and a cautionary tale. She has tried to capitalize on her royal connections, authoring books, engaging in charity work, and promoting brands. Some successful, others ending in scandal. The failed Bitcoin endorsement, dubious financial ventures, and constant media scrutiny have all contributed to her controversial image. She's a woman who courts attention, even when discretion would serve her better, and who repeatedly demonstrates the consequences of impulsive choices in a world where every misstep becomes public spectacle. Her ability to endure, however, is notable. Unlike others who might have vanished from the public eye after similar scandals, Sarah Ferguson remains a figure of interest. She continues to speak warmly of the Queen, fiercely defends her daughters, and occasionally makes headlines for her latest venture. Yet, history suggests that her pattern of seeking attention, trusting the wrong people, and choosing personal desire over caution is unlikely to change. Her association with Epstein, her past affairs, the infamous toe-sucking incident, and her financial missteps are not isolated events. They are chapters in a pattern, a consistent interplay of charisma, recklessness, and a refusal to remain invisible. Some argue she is unlucky, a victim of circumstance. Others insist she is the architect of her own repeated downfall. Whatever the case, Sarah Ferguson's life is a masterclass in the collision between personal impulses and institutional expectation, a story as cautionary as it is compelling. Even now, decades after her first scandals, she remains relevant. Rumors of business deals abroad, plans to move from the UK, and continued involvement in high-profile charities suggest that the Duchess is far from finished with the public eye. Yet, as history has repeatedly shown, wherever Sarah Ferguson goes, controversy follows. She takes it with her, unwilling or unable to escape the shadow of her past. In the end, Sarah Ferguson is the embodiment of contradiction. She is messy, chaotic, and unrepentantly human. She is at once comic relief, tragic figure, and cautionary tale. The Duchess, who once laughed through palace halls, oblivious to protocol, now stands as a reminder of what happens when personal weakness becomes public spectacle. She married into a cage of gold, and when the doors opened, she struggled to navigate the freedom she so desperately sought. Her life offers lessons about the cost of ambition, the danger of misplaced trust, and the relentless scrutiny of the public eye. For better or worse, she remains part of royal history, a figure who refuses to be forgotten. And as the world watches, one question remains. Will Sarah Ferguson ever escape the cycle of scandal that has defined her life? Or is she destined to repeat history, perpetually at the center of royal controversy? So, what do you think? Is Sarah Ferguson merely unlucky, or is she the architect of her own repeated downfall? Should she finally step away from the UK in the relentless glare of media scrutiny, or is this just another chapter in a decades-long performance for attention, survival, and relevance? Let me know your thoughts in the ID's comments below. I read every single one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more royal exposés that pull back the curtain on Britain's most controversial figures.